What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? I am live and ready to go to work on our finger press short that I started a couple days ago. We're about this far into it right now. My question for you today is, what do you struggle most with in animation? Is it starting a project, finishing a project, starting projects over too frequently? Is it a specific part of animation that you struggle with? For instance, I struggle with changing angles and close-ups. What do you struggle with? Let me know. Let's talk about it today, and I'm going to get through some frames here, hopefully. Get a little bit further than we got yesterday, because yesterday was pretty rough, I'm not going to lie. We struggled, I'll be honest with you. But I do, in the end, like what we ended up with a little bit of redoing here and there. But let's see if we can see some real progress today moving forward. So let's get right at it. You should be able to hear the music today too. Let me know if otherwise you can't, but you should. Hey, Mr. Guy. What's up, Mr. Guy? How you doing, buddy? How are you today? Good volume? Good. When are you gonna do Loonstar's idea, Rojackie? I think if I put human child, that my account will be flagged and removed. So that's probably not gonna happen. What's up, Modern Jack? Daliog, Struck, Pog. Do big stiff with your movements, and trying to get the dynamics of the body and the physics is kind of hard for me. Yeah, it could definitely be difficult when trying to, like, get your hands wrapped around that, you know? So I feel you there. Let's do it like that. Can we pull this off? I think we could pull this off. Well, I like it. This is a little bit Michi inspired, this pose. Michi had a really good animation. I liked it a lot. Posted in the Discord on a hammer swing. This isn't exactly what they did, but I have it in my mind as I'm going for this attempt. And I say attempt because, you know, it's sometimes it just doesn't work out. And that's okay. We redo stuff. We are so lucky that we have animation software that allows us well, that didn't work out, so whatever. Delete, redo. You just have to be willing to be okay with that. Accept that sometimes things aren't always just going to work out. And that is a pretty good life lesson. I think some smears there is going to help us get along. Some of that movement that we're missing out on. That's what I'm counting on anyways here. Might be a good swing here. So try it. Sorry if I missed you guys this morning. I had to go grocery shopping. The sad part is I still have to go grocery shopping later today. One of these? One of what? One of what? What are these? What are those? The veggie ice cream. Ain't no problem. Listen. I do what I can, you know? Oh, yeah, I actually this is the first time I'd seen that the other day. I was talking about this. I'd actually never seen the, like, put your finger on the screen thing before. Maybe I'm late to the game, but I hadn't seen it yet. And I thought, you know what, that'd be so cool to interact with the stick figure. Like Andre while he's comboing. So I'm giving it a shot. Should be fun. I struggle most with the choreography, planning a fight so it looks interesting, creative. Have you ever tried not planning it? I can't do a backflip, no. Have you ever tried not planning it? Serious question. And just letting it flow naturally? See what happens? Straight ahead, yes. I'm gonna put double here. We might need one more frame here. I'm gonna give it a shot. Be like this. Might give us what we need. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. Beautiful. You know what? I might actually be able to get away with that. Let me try this. What does that feel like? I officially welcomed everyone who has said something in chat. Unfortunately, I have to go. Oh, later, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I like that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye now. Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye-bye. I'm not satisfied with just punching dudes until they fall. I want each stick figure to contribute somehow in some meaningful way. Okay. You want an example? I'm going to give you guys my rundown of an animation I did that I think a lot of people find interesting when it comes to choreography. And it's something I have not yet released. And when you watch it for the first time, there's things that you more than likely won't pick up on all the things I'm going to mention. But I'm going to go over with you guys really quick here. And I'm going to show you how I do straight ahead fight choreography that I feel is interesting and intelligent. You ready? Okay. I gotta go to the end. This is the end of Andre's Arena 1. After Gorn explodes. Okay? Are y'all following me? I want to make sure you guys are all locked in for this. So I'm not gonna do this again. I might just save this video and upload it. Okay. So, this is the unreleased Andre versus Koa. Now, this is how I think about animating my animation when I am going through this portion of constructing what I'm about to do. Oh yeah, start recording. It's a good idea. Okay, this is the unreleased or currently unreleased Andre versus Koa for Andre's Arena. And I'm going to go through with you guys here a little bit how I went ahead and did the fight choreography in this. Now, I did not plan it all out. I did not do an animatic. I did not storyboard it. This is straight ahead fight choreography. And I want to get you inside of my brain and point out the things that made me make the decisions that I made as I went straight ahead. Okay? So, in this end, I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to play it through once. We're going to watch together once. And then I'm going to see if you picked up on some of these things afterwards. I'm just going to leave it just like this. You guys can see the whole screen. There's no camera. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint to you guys how I made these choices. Are they random? Was it just because it's where the stick figures were at the time? Or did I have a little more thought behind it? And if I did have thought behind it, how did I come to my conclusions to make the decisions that I made? Okay? So I'm going to let it play all the way through, and then we're going to go through it. And again, this is one of those things that the audience probably won't pick up on these things consciously, but rather they'll maybe feel like these characters are a little more alive subconsciously. Okay, we're now going to go back to the beginning now. Okay? So the only construction I have, the only structure I have for Andre's Arena is I typically want to start the fight off with limited abilities, scale up those abilities, then I want some sort of humorous moment, and then an ult. Okay? So start slow, build it up, humor moment, and ultimate attack. Okay? That's the general construction, but there's nothing else planned outside of that. Okay? So, if you're Andre here, and he just defeated Gorn, he doesn't even know anything. He has no clue what's about to happen next, right? He just sees the ghoul again, and so he prepares himself, and you see him do that. Like, okay, I don't know what's happening next. I'm gonna lock in. We're locking in, right? So he locks in, and then all of a sudden, you know, the ghoul did something different here. The ghoul spawned Koa right in his face, so he's like, whoa, right? If I'm thinking Andre, and I'm in Andre's head here, he's going to just go defensive right away. Koa's just using regular combat, right? So he's just taking some punches. Andre's just playing defensive, trying to dodge, right? Trying to dodge. Now Koa starts showcasing one of his abilities. And it starts actually right here. Andre doesn't know his abilities. Andre just knows nothing about this character, right? So I'm thinking about that in my mind. Koa obviously knows what Koa can do, right? And Koa has the advantage in this moment because they have startled Andre. They got really close really fast, right? So Koa tosses the ring to set up the attack. Right? Andre just thinks, okay, well, this guy left himself wide open. Look at this. Look at, he's super vulnerable here. I'm going in for the attack. Drops the hammer. Koa obviously knew this was going to happen. That's why Koa set up this ring to get out initially. And Koa teleports to the ring. Now, what do you think? If you are Andre right now, your thoughts are, what is this guy doing? He's screwed. He was totally out of position. I just crushed him. Like, I just obliterated this guy. But he didn't. So Andre's shocked. He's like, what do you mean? You're way over there already. Now, in this moment, it's what do you mean? And then also, oh, that's what the ring does. So Andre has combat knowledge now. The one thing that I always hold true about Andre is that he has to have really good combat knowledge and play really smart and think ahead. Because he attacks so slow, he has to anticipate his quicker opponent's movements. He doesn't get the luxury of just being reactive because he's too slow, right? So, now Koa gave him this bit of information. But he's still just now getting it. He's like, oh, whoa, what the hell? And then now the ring is already coming back at him. He's had like less than a second to digest this, right? So, boom, Koa's right on top. Nothing Andre has done has led Koa to be concerned about anything, right? So Koa's in control of the fight. So he's still stunned here. But now he's like, okay, I know what the ring does. Okay, he took that kick to the face. He now understands what the ring does, right? So let's get him out of the way. He's going to try to move, create some space. Deflects. This is more regular combat, right? So, but now, Andre, check this out. Andre sees the ring. He remembers now, okay? This is the third time now Koa is going to be tossing this ring. Or utilizing the ring. So, what does he do? Knowing that Koa's right here, and the only other place he could go is this ring, Andre pre-fires. He pre-fires the ring. See that? Look, Andre already knew. He knows what the ring does now. He saw it travel. He knows the only place Koa can go from here is to the ring. So he starts swinging beforehand. See that? That's gained combat knowledge. Put your mind in line with what your character is actually doing. If you want them to seem alive, give them life. Act like you are there. Act like you are thinking like they're thinking. Boom. Okay? But now, Koa's not a dummy. He's not one of those things that just walks in and takes 3 shots and then just lies on the floor, right? So now Koa understands, okay, he pre-fired my attack. He understands what's going on now. But Koa has another ring. This is not combat knowledge for Andre yet, right? So Koa throws another ring, kind of almost like a sleight of hand pulls out the other one. Andre goes in for the attack, misses, notes the ring, right? What did he do last time? When he saw the ring, he pre-fired the ring. Why? Because that's the only location that Koa would go to. He doesn't even know that Koa can use 2 rings or that he has 2 rings. Boom. So he's too early to pre-fire that. And look, there's another ring that Koa can go to as well. Andres doesn't even know that there's 2 rings, right? So he's going to get comboed here. He's caught not having this information, right? Koa has combat info on him in that he has another part to his ability that Andre wasn't aware of, right? So Koa takes advantage of this. Koa's quick. And so Koa's juggling back and forth in this combat. This is, by the way, probably one of my favorite attacks maybe of all time, right? Koa sets up their attack by kicking this ring, right? Kicking this ring off the wall, going to the other ring to punch Andre towards this ring, which sets up Koa for another attack. Boom. One of my favorite sequences. Let's play that through. So this is all straightforward, right? I'm thinking like Andre as I'm animating straightforward. Oh, he's not going to know that there's 2 rings or that how the 2 rings are going to work. Oh, it's too late. He's too slow. Koa's really, really fast. He's going to take advantage of this time on Andre. And he does. So he gets a nice little setup here. But as Andre's kicked and backing up here, he's now taken enough licks to understand that there's 2 rings and how Koa uses them. So he does something to surprise Koa, right? Koa's thinking, okay, he's got these big hammer. He's slow. Yeah, he's figured out my rings, but I've got him on the ropes, right? Andre realizes he can actually put Koa in a catch-22. He kicks the ring. This kind of stuns Koa because he's like, whoa, why is he kicking my ring, right? Like, what is he going to do? Now, in this moment, when Andre made this choice, he actually took an option away from Koa. He took an option away from Koa. If Koa has a ring in his hand and a ring was just kicked in the opposite direction, Andre now knows he can only go to the ring that's in his hand, which is going nowhere, or he could teleport to that other ring. Right? So Andre knows he has nowhere to go but to that other ring from where he currently is. So Koa was stunned by him kicking the ring. He takes advantage of that. And if you're Koa, right? Andre knows if you're Koa and you just got hit like this, you're going to go to that other ring. Why? Because you need to create more space. You need to get out of here. Right? So Andre knows this. He's going to pre-fire that ring. And he does. As Koa goes for that ring, he pre-fires the ring. Now again, Andre knows there's only 2 places for him to go. He's holding on to one place. The other place is right next to him. And if you're Koa, you're like, oh, damn. Like, I need to create more space. I need to get my rings back together here. So Andre reaches for the ring, knowing Koa's going to try to teleport to his other ring here in time. And Andre throws the ring at the hammer. So instead of Andre using his hammer, he uses the fact that he knows Koa is going to travel to the ring and simply throws the ring at the hammer. So as Koa is teleporting, it teleports Koa directly into the corner of the hammer. See that? This obviously is a pretty dastardly hit, and if you're Koa, you probably have no idea what just happened. Because Koa's looking at where the ring currently is, thinking he's going to be teleporting to on the ground right there, and all of a sudden he's just getting blasted in the back of his head by the corner of the hammer. He's going to be stunned here. Andre knows this. He's going to take advantage of this. Grabs Koa, takes advantage of the weight of the hammer coming down, and just slams him into the back of the hammer. Again. Koa's panicking still at this point. Caught off balance. Caught frazzled. Doesn't really know where maybe his rings are at this point. Have you ever done a flip or been like on a trampoline or something? You can kind of get disoriented. So he could be disoriented right now, especially with the damage that he's taking, right? Andre catches the hammer, which takes time. And again, he knows, okay, I see a ring in front of me. He's probably going to go to that ring. I'm going to go for a swing on him first, but I'm going to use this swing as my build-up for my second swing, right? So Koa's like, "Ugh!" Barely gets out of the way, right? Andre's like, okay, fine. You didn't hit him here. I knew that he had to dodge it to this other ring. So he's just going to use that as build-up for his second swing. Boom. All right. Now, at this point, if you're Koa, you're getting pretty pissed, right? So you're feeling like, okay, I'm running out of my options here. I usually have the upper hand. He's starting to kind of like pick up on my abilities. He's kind of really gaining too much information during combat, and it's making me feel a little bit out of control. So Koa starts to pick up the speed here a little bit. Andre still knows he can read these now. If he's holding a ring, that means he can only go to the other ring. So he's going to pre-fire the other ring. Doesn't matter. Pre-fires the other ring. Now Koa's thinking, okay, I need to get... I've only taken shots from the hammer. I need to get this hammer. I need to get him away from the hammer, right? So, creates a little bit of space. Tosses the ring. Now, what has Andre done just about every single time when he can see a ring and another ring is further away? Almost every single time, Andre has pre-fired that ring, right? Koa knows this also and has been beaten and damaged for that information, right? So, Andre's waiting for him to start to teleport over to that ring to pre-fire, or if he needs to pre-fire it. Koa threw the ring with the full intention to not go to it. See that? knowing that Andre's going to want to pre-fire the ring, throws the ring as a distraction, only to not go to the ring, and is able to use superior speed to combo him. Okay, Andre's like, okay. I understand what happened now. He wasn't going to the ring. I got it. Create some space, right? Whoo! This one's kind of fun. He actually hits the ring out of his hand here. And it goes flying, right? Now you have rings really far apart. So this is actually the most ideal scenario for Koa when it comes to keeping space away from Andre. You have one ring all the way across the stage. You have one ring way up high. And he is as far away from Andre as he can get, right? So, how does he take advantage of this? Dodges the attack, going for the other ring. And then, this is kind of one of the humor parts, leaning into the humor. What's up, Vader? But it's not like... I wanted to do something grappling here. But this kind of like showcases how strong Andre is and how fast Koa's attacks are, but not super damaging, right? So Koa's grappled with Andre, and you see like he gets a couple punches on Andre landing on him, but one punch and he's like sending him flying, right? Boom! And so Koa's like, okay, I don't want to be up here anymore. I got a couple shots off, but going back to what Koa's thought process was before was, I need to get Andre away from the hammer. So Koa teleports Andre over to a ring to get him away from his hammer. That's part of why Koa went for grappling, right? He wanted to be able to remove Andre from the hammer. So Koa teleports him away, thinking, okay, in this moment, I've got him. I've got a ring right by the hammer. I'm going to be able to get to this hammer and get rid of the hammer or fight Andre with his hammer without his hammer, right? That'll be easy. This is where the humor came in. Andre's hammer is incredibly heavy. It's not a Thor situation, but it's insanely heavy. So if you're going to be wielding it, you need to be a heavy yourself, right? So Koa goes over and he's like, okay, I got the hammer. He can't lift it. He doesn't stand a chance. Right? Now, Andre's chilling because as soon as Koa made this play, which is probably something that many people have done with Andre many times, trying to defeat Andre, but Andre knows with somebody with the kind of attacks he's felt from Koa that he doesn't stand a chance. He doesn't have the strength to lift this hammer. So you can see the chill part here. Andre is like, he gets up casually. Here, take your ring. Koa's panicking like, oh my god, like that's, oh, I gotta move, right? And then he just casually picks the hammer up like it's weightless in comparison, right? Now, at this point, Koa has run out of options, right? Started with regular combat, went to one ring, went to two rings. Andre countered one, Andre countered two. After that, Koa removed Andre's weapon, thinking that's got to be it. At this point, there's no options left. Koa's got to do the thing that's going to win the fight or end it now, right? So, and here is the ult. Koa changes reality for the viewer. Like, alters their perception of reality. Meaning, they see what's not there, right? I illustrate this by showing his eyes almost like a film. You know, like old school style film. Like it's film projectors. Right? It's like he's got a film projection for what he's actually seeing, right? Now, since Andre is very knowledge-based in his attacks, when he's stripped of reality essentially in front of him and sees something impossible, he reacts dramatically with his ult, right? Which is calling electricity from the hammer. Now, Koa doesn't actually have 50 rings. Koa actually only has 2 rings. But Andre doesn't know that. Andre sees 50 rings. So Andre's like, I gotta get rid of all of these rings. I can't allow him to teleport and combo me. I'll never be able to get out of this, right? Koa still actually only has 2 rings. Unfortunately for Koa, his 2 rings are right here heading back towards him. Right? Andre is like, I need to get rid of all of these rings. Watch, his 2 rings are right here. Boom. But in reality, he breaks himself free from not seeing what is really there, all of the rings, and is brought back to reality. However, unfortunately for Koa, the electricity arcs between the two real rings through Koa. So the electricity passed back and forth through the rings, through Koa, ending Koa. And that's it. And then I think I turned 34 right here, and so I animated my back hurting because I was getting old. That's actually something for fun that I did in this part of the animation because it was like midnight, and I just finished that part. But for those of you who are just joining us, welcome, guys. I was going over the choreography and what I thought, how I think about choreography as somebody who typically animates straightforward rather than mapping everything out or doing some kind of animatic. I've since tried to incorporate that into what I'm doing now, but for many people, animating straightforward is what their best option is, and that's typically my best option. And again, what I was saying before, I understand that the viewer isn't going to grasp all of that. I understand when this plays back, it's kind of just going to look like an interesting fight, hopefully. Right? But I don't care about that. To me, it's more interesting. And to me, it makes the characters feel even more alive and gives them even more personality. And it also gives me ideas in real time when I'm physically putting myself in their perspective on both the person who is the hero and the person who is combating the hero. Okay, I'll stop the video there. So yeah, that's how I go through choreography. I'll play it again one more time. Again, when you're watching this through, especially a regular viewer, somebody who may not even watch stick figure fights usually at all, they're not really going to grasp all that, and that's okay. Part of it is ideas for me, and the other part of it is I think that makes the most interesting looking fight and makes the characters feel alive, right? But anyways, for those struggling with choreography, I'm not saying I have the answer and my way is the correct way, but maybe you can take something from this that'll help you on your animation. What's up, Donnie? What's up, Vader? What's up, Triads? Mr. Guy? I know I saw some of you guys popping in here, and I was trying to just continue going through. But do you guys have any questions? What did you guys think of that? Is that an interesting way to do it? What's up, Josu? Anyways. Let's get back to it. Yeah. Man, now I gotta release. Now I have to release Andre versus Koa, or else I can't put that video. Smash Labs. It's more interesting than ultra smoothness or ultra speedy fights for sure. Exactly. Or at least I think so. But again, it plays into my strengths as somebody who typically can't animate stuff that's super fast or struggles animating stuff that's super fast. I said what I thought a little bit earlier. This is a smart way to give characters natural feeling or learning, a reactionary movement, and becoming strategic. Yeah, even if it's not being consciously perceived that way. And I go into it knowing that the viewer isn't reading into all this. The viewer isn't necessarily grasping all these concepts. And realistically, some of these concepts are straight up just lost to the viewer. I'm okay with that. Did you ever do any martial arts? No. I did not. I mean, I think I had a karate class or two in a summer school or something, but that's really nothing. We broke some boards and did some warm-ups. That's like pretty much it. And this was like 14 or something. Dude, I'm just happy to see you streaming. Yeah, I remember showing some of your stick animations before and seeing you in action. Dude, Vader, thank you so much for being here, man. It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Animating has been giving me peace again. Very, very needed peace. Very much so needed peace. If I can add something for me, a big thing that helps with choreography is making your movements and attacks have intent behind them. Yes. And you could see what I'm doing as a means to creating that intent through mindset, right? Like, I'm creating intent through thinking about what somebody could do. Who's an RC creator that you would like to see the return of the new age of stick figures? Only. ONLI, or Godmouth. Old school animators, incredible animators. E.g., knocking an opponent down to buy yourself time to set up a stronger attack like I did in my tribute with the Thunderclap guy, knocking Andre down with a blast to the legs, then do the Superclap. Exactly. Bye, Struck. Does Andre need to hold the handle to send his lightning through it? Not always. Probably get away with that. Let's do our smears here. Vader, what are you up to today? When critting Andre, was there any other initial large weapon ideas you went through before choosing the hammer, or was it just the first one you stuck and you stuck with it? Actually, he wasn't the first idea. My first character was really simple. He was a guy with an electric dagger. His name was Stone. That was the guy I released RHG with. I wanted to keep him simple, so he just had an electrified dagger, right? But then I battled Stone versus Tekken, and Tekken's character was just a guy with a big hammer. And I had so much fun animating the hammer, and I felt more confident animating electricity. And then I was at the same time playing Halo 2, I think at the time, and the Halo 2 has a big gorilla boss, gorilla alien boss. And he has these massive big swings that he would take with this big electrified hammer that looks something kind of like this. And so all of this came together and I was like, oh my gosh, electric hammer. That's what I want. And that's how I got there. What I did like with what I saw from the animation is taking in the factor of gravity and weight and difference of existing weapons and rings in the video. It's amazing to see this. I remember making stick animation in school, and I'm already happy it did a Kamehameha. Be funny if one day you did the OG Stone versus current Andre. That would be crazy. Smear time. What sucks is this smear won't be seen at all, at least currently when we export. I probably will have the camera pan here somehow to incorporate it so we can see it. But currently when we export, this smear will be off screen almost entirely. If you guys want a little bit of insight on how I do my smears, you can check out this here. If you notice, I kind of do the arc. I do a general version of the arc first with just a basic line. And then I go through and kind of touch that up. And I use that as a guide for the path of the smear. Does that make sense? Will you ever tell Andre's lore in more cinematic and story setting? I will when I'm capable of doing so, or if I ever become successful enough and I get like funding and can hire people that are better at that kind of stuff than me. I can go over his lore a little bit better. I had a fairly long chat with Gilded Guy about Andre's lore in helping with Story 7, I believe is the name of Andre versus... or Gilded Guy versus Andre. And I can go over it a little bit more in detail with everybody. But I don't really want to, like, go for it until I can do it right, you know? Kind of like, think, and I'm not trying to put myself on this kind of pedestal, but think like George Lucas, you know? Like, he made the later versions of Star Wars and kind of waited until technology caught up to do the later episodes, or the prequel episodes, and when technology was kind of caught up to it. That's kind of how I feel. I don't want to tell his story in a garbage way that I'm not talented enough for yet. You know? Because how sad I would be to execute his full story and just hate the animation and it not really mean anything, and people have to reference it for lore stuff for those of you who are into lore, and I have to be like, oh, yeah, go watch my really garbage animation I'm not proud of to go learn more, you know? I'm sure you could sympathize with that. Thanks for asking. I'm doing good. It will be years since I dropped Fortnite and competitive games. I did start playing Gacha. I see you lurking. Zenless Zone Zero gas grade animation. Yeah, I have been lurking. Why'd you drop Fortnite? You don't have to. In my mind, you can always pick games up. You don't have to like quit something forever, unless you just like totally hate it for now for whatever reason, you know. Like, I have games I have in my rotation that I will probably always be in my rotation. Like Diablo, Path of Exile, League of Legends, Fortnite, Minecraft. They're things that I'm at some point just going to play again. Like, it's just simply going to happen. Got some crazy animation. Zenless animation is a bit odd. Like, it's great, but it also has really over animated and it feels jingling keys kind of vibe. Oh, I'm sure it is. But jingling keys, sometimes we need a little bit of jingling keys in our life, you know? In smear frames we trust. Saw some V-Bucks left on my account? Yeah. I think I have a ton of V-Bucks left on mine because I had crew, whatever their monthly thing is, for like way too long. And I wasn't getting skins or anything anymore. Okay, let's see how that looks. Ooh, that's nice. It looks kind of bad with the gray background, but otherwise I'm happy with it. And you know, let's put that back to where it was. I think I can get away with... Yeah, let's do that. I like that better. I feel like that's frames out of place a little bit. It is. It just legitimately is just out of place. Weird. How did that happen? All right, we're swinging. Okay, hammer. Let's see if we can make this work. It's kind of a different attack. Oh. Sometimes you popped in my head because you are an animator with those animations. I actually haven't seen Zenless. Is that what you're talking about? I don't think I have. This is kind of a weird pose transition for this. I wonder if this will work. It might work, it might not. We'll see. I might have a big tasty impact frame with this too. You know what? Let's go ahead and get the smear with this because it's a weird pose. I might have to have the smear to like justify the action, if that makes sense. Some good compilation of its animation. Maybe next time. Yeah. Let's see. So the stick is like, the in-between of the stick is going to be like right here-ish. Can you teach me how to do impact frames? You know what? We are going to actually all learn together some impact frames. Because I'm going to try and do the some of the stuff I saw on JH's test. We are going to go over that. And I think maybe right about here might be when we start implementing some of those. So we'll be learning a little bit together. I have my typical simple impact frames that I do, or I call them, I think they're simple. But we're going to try to go a little bit ham this time. Okay. So this hand kind of goes like this, and he rotates. You like those Sakuga? I honestly don't know what Sakuga means. It's more of a new term for me. I assume it's like, I think I've seen the animations, and I assume it's like very impact frame heavy stuff. If you ever watch off stream, and hope you let me know, or I can show you next time. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've definitely lurked in your streams quite a few times. So I will definitely let you know. What's up, Rage? Well, I hope not too busy, you know? Okay. I feel the same way. I'm selling some Pokemon cards so I can pay some bills because I'm broke. Okay, this foot needs to travel quite a ways. So, since it's traveling quite a ways, we'll show that it's traveling quite a ways. Thank you, buddy. Okay. And then we blur. And I'm going to blur it on the x-axis. I think that's where the good portion of our swing is occurring on. You know, let's go ahead. Let's try an impact frame on this. Now, if I remember correctly, the first frame. Let's start with the smoke. Let's start with the smoke. Okay. You guys are gonna learn with me in real time. I'm gonna be trying some new things. So some things might work, some things might not work. You're gonna learn with me. Okay. But we're just gonna go for it. I will show you the reference once I kind of get to it. I'm not really at the point where I can show the reference. I'm going off memory right now, kind of what I remember happening. But first things first was the smoke, I remember. So I'm just going to start by getting the smoke kind of in here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Hey! Oh. Oh, that's not really what I was looking for. This is going to be off screen. This is just to get the smoke started. This should be off screen. I might have to adjust this later. Okay. Now we're going to continue. We're going to continue this smoke's direction, which I guess I'll just kind of like cut the chunk out first. I'll cut the chunk out and then I'll worry about the actual like shaping to it. There we go. So that's like the general trajectory of this of the smoke that I want to travel. And I think we're gonna go ahead and smear this with some blurs, so I'm not too concerned with it being too pretty. Yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna blur this on the x-axis. Hi. Yeah, there we go. Same thing with this here. Blur. This will be more y-axis. There we go. All right. It is impact frame time. Here we go. So let's try to do all of these frames. Now I'm going to show you guys my reference. Let's go find it again real quick. JH stick figure playlist. Wait. Boom. JH. Oh my gosh, do we remember what the animation was called? I don't think we do. Please, please remember. I should have remembered it, dude. Why didn't I remember it? Does anyone remember? Oh, there it is. Super hot fire. Okay. So let's break it down. Okay. So let's even start with this. before we actually get into the hammer swing, right here, we could actually be bringing in some of the energy. So let's see. He actually has it to where he has like some energy lines coming in already. Like inwards towards this hammer swing. Again, this is going to be my interpretation of this process and also my version of it. So I'm not copying him line by line, but I'm using him as reference here. So bear with me. This is learning in real time. And it might not work because you know how experimenting with things works, right? So I'm actually starting here. And then I'm going to get rid of it because there's a blink. And then it comes closer, right? Right? Yeah, and then it comes closer. Yeah. Blinks. Okay. And then the swing is right there. And I think the swing is my traditional... Okay, yeah, the first impact is kind of my quote-unquote traditional impact frame, and I'll show you what I do for that. All right, later, Vader. I appreciate you stopping by, buddy. Okay. First hit is going to be very impact based. So I'm going to do that. It's kind of how I usually do my first strike, I would say. Maybe we'll do it even a little bit more than usual this time. Oh, this needs to be up here though. So this is how I usually do my first part of my impact frame typically, is I go through and I do like a traced version of the impact on the highlighted portions, like where I would say the highlight would be if there was a light source coming from where I'm making impact. So like with the hammer here, I'm gonna say that right around this area is where this impact is occurring. And maybe we'll add a little bit extra this time, some lines to it, since we're kind of expanding our knowledge on impact frames here. So again, this is a learning process, so bear with me. You know what? Maybe what if I did? Can I get away with doing this? Hold on, I'm combining ideas here. Combining techniques. Now we're going to blur this, so whatever looks hideous right now, it might not look hideous in a second. You finished your duelist demo? That's sick. Okay, so we have frame 1 here, and I'm going to black out the background as per the usual on the first impact frame, and then it's blur time. Filter, blur. This is x-axis, y-axis action for sure, and I might actually double it in on itself. Maybe. Add a layer that's much more blurred than another. Maybe we do that. Something like that. Maybe even skew the more blurred one with the impact a little bit better. I'm just thinking aloud here. That one might be too blurry. Okay. Oh, you know what? I actually don't think I want it like delayed. I want it pulled down like this. Yeah. So it really helps emphasize that it's pulling that attack up. How'd you make the pencil sketch? The green? That's just a sketch. That's just my animatic. Okay, so then the hit. All right, this is where things get a little bit wacky. So we're going to go white background, black and red. And if we look, it kind of goes back to where it was. So we're going to do the same thing. Our attack's going to kind of go back here. We're going to have a white background. Oops, that's not what I want. White background. And we're going to go back to where it was over here when we originally started the attack. And we're going to get us a nice red. And I'm just going to do a general... How'd you make the pencil sketch information frames? No, the ones in Coanim. Oh, those were in Photoshop. I did the same process, but in Photoshop, and I don't think I need to do that here. So I guess it's a black base, then we'll put red over it. So actually, we'll do black base first. Okay, there's our black base. Let's carve. I want to carve that out a little bit. Okay. I'm literally just making shapes here, kind of based on where our attack was. I kind of want to layer this because I don't want to get rid of certain aspects to it. And again, I'm just looking at what he's done here for inspiration. So, general shape of the attack with like, it's like it's got like part of the motion in it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm incorporating the motion of the swing into this coloring. I'm kind of thinking about how I would almost create my smears in a similar way. What keybind are you hitting to lower your poly count? This, it's the straightening tool over. Oh, you can't see it. The straightening tool. Right here. Smooth and straighten. I'm straightening it. Okay, and I actually think I'm going to have to break these back apart because they're layered separately. They are layered separately, so I actually could have done this in the main timeline instead of doing it inside of this graphic. So that's what I'll do. I'll make another FX layer here on the outside and just paste it in place. Kai-chan? What's up, dude? How you doing? I've been animating now daily for about 2 weeks streaming, so it's good to have you here. I'd love to see you here daily as we have been doing these. Okay, let's kind of... I'm just doing some abstract shapes here, to be honest with you. There's not a whole lot of sense to this. Yet, at least. Okay, let's go ahead and add a glow to this. Filters, blur, filters, glow. Make it red. Let's go ahead and give it some decent strength. go. These should be probably tied together, right? Okay. We're going to blur the inner here. And I'm going to blur the far back as well. Actually, I think a glow black might actually... Unironic. Yeah, glow black I think is better here. A little more strength. Okay. Working on some ideas for animation stories. Sick. Oh, this is a white background. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, it's supposed to be all over here. That's why. Wait, what are we doing? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we have something on the wrong layer here. That's why. Okay, there we go. These guys go here. This guy goes here also. Oh, okay. Now we're cooking. Is this too big? These might be too big. These might be too big. We'll see. Okay. And then after this, he went to... And it's almost like it uppercuts, which is kind of cool because it's kind of what I'm doing. So we have a black background, white shards, and we have black with white outline. We can do that. Something similar. Okay, so let's get the black background back. Just copy and paste this in. I could probably leave that there for this next part. And I'm gonna start with the white shape. And the white shape, dude, I wonder if I could do it with, hear me out. I'm gonna do it like this. To start. I'm gonna cut my shape out like that. Yeah. What? No. I have an idea. I need my lines a little bit harsher here. There we go. I like this sharpened. We're gonna cut some chunks out here. Have you ever forgot to turn off object mode? Yes. This is about the most complex impact frame I've seen being made. I don't know about that. Just for the title, if I were to answer that, the first two things come to mind would be animating consistent structures like cityscapes and being dynamic. Then I think you do that really well. And water animation, water is extremely tough. How do you invert the selection? I'm just selecting the invert. Is 2D stick fighting so far? 2D stick fighting is mischievously difficult. I think a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is if they're coming from a different perspective of either not creating art or if they come from a more formal background starting. It is deceptively difficult in unexpected ways, I'd say. Okay, so I have that as like a basis. But then we have... What are the elements that he has? So he has parts of that are blurred, and he also has black with white I'm gonna do the black with white now. I think that'll be fun. But I think I have to hide this layer, else I'm not gonna be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah. So, what is gonna be the best way to do this? I'm gonna try a couple different ways first. The first way of doing this, I'm gonna just try and cut shapes out. No, that's awful. I hate that. No, I don't want to do that. Let me try... I can try constructing just chunks at a time. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm just going to make chunks at a time. Okay. I'm kind of using the shape of the white stuff as a little bit of a guide for what I'm going to do for these pieces. So like, it's almost like I'm wrapping them in like abstract armor. By the way, I'm just trusting the process here. I have no idea at all if this is going to work. And I could not emphasize that more. I am really, really just trusting the process on this. I have never done something like this before. And that's why I'm referencing heavy, because I have almost no clue what I'm doing here. This is me freestyling in real time, not knowing what I'm doing at all. Okay, now from here, it's a movie clip with a glow. It almost has a stroke on it. It's so thick. Glow, we're gonna do close to white. And I'm gonna make it really strong. And then let's see what it looks like with the... Oh, okay. He's a master of this technique. He knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, or that. It could be that, right? I will tell you to be honest, it's one or the other. It's definitely one or the other. Let's blur the y-axis here. I really want a subtle blur. Yeah, what's it look like with this back? Okay. Okay. This is already looking ridiculous. Okay, go back to the reference. And it's like it calms... It widens. I love tuning in here because it gets me to try and upload more animations, even if they're 5 seconds long. It's good. Just gonna go for it, dude. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trusting the process here. Okay, so the next frame is still black. So I'm gonna just carry that over. And it looks like we go through... We're just like a widened... shape. It's like it's going back to the previous frame almost. It's like it's reverting. It's like it's jittering back and forth. Oops, let's fill it first and then do that. Yeah, don't be afraid. Just go for it. And I'm doing it right in front of you. I'm not hiding it. You know what I mean? This might look miserable. This honestly might look horrible when we delete this whole thing. But I want you to see that I struggle. You know, it's real. And that's okay. It's part of the process. You're not alone in the struggle. That's kind of nice. That's kind of neat. Okay. I think I can work with that. I'm gonna add a little bit of blur to it, not a lot. You know, I'll just leave it just like that. And then now we're gonna go through and do the black outliney thing. How did he structure his? Yeah, it's almost like he kind of... Yeah, it's just like he uses it as like a guide. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just do like little chunks here. That kind of like connect these pieces together, kind of? I don't know, it's like it's armor. I'm trying to like create reasoning behind why I'm doing this, and it's like this black part is adhering itself to this white mountain cluster thing. I'm trying to make sense of the madness. Okay. And this is the white outline that we need. So filter, glow, just select the white and crank strength on it. And maybe that's why you blur this, so you can, yeah, you do, that's why you blur it, so you can see that this actually has that on there. Okay. And then I think this has red too. Yeah, we have our lightning strike thing coming back, which is like this stuff. Okay. Red, or no, black. It's like a red lightning strike. And we're going to glow. Wait, no, it's black. I'm doing the thing again. Black. Glow. Red. Strength. Bigly. And remember, the background's actually black here, so it's like this. Do we need to move it up? Yeah, maybe we move it up a little bit so we can get that a little more in frame. And then... is that Rayquaza? It looks like Rayquaza, unintentionally. Red and black. Last one's just red and black with the motion. Did it look sick so far? I hope so, dude. We haven't played it back yet. I'm really doing my best to just be excited and trust the process. Really trying to just trust the process here. So it's just black, and it looks like we're gonna shave. It's like I think I have to like pretend like this lightning thing is like going away. Yeah, I'm gonna like send this electricity off screen, essentially, is what I feel like I'm doing. If this works, I'll be so excited. I'll have so much fun with these in the future. And if it doesn't, we can all laugh together and be miserable and just be in awe of the greatness that is JH. Okay, but you're here with me regardless of how this turns out, so... Okay... And I think part of this is also it's an opposing direction. I'm not drawing Rayquaza here like he did, but I think it's just a shape that's in an opposing direction that creates that feel. Yeah, like that. I'm gonna carve some chunks out of this thing. So it's not just a basic shape, it's a little more complex. Okay. Okay. Somebody. What? Oh, you know what's making this miserable is that all this stuff is like selected randomly. Bro, I don't know. Hold on. I think I have to have the follow through. Yeah, I think I have to have the follow through, or else it really doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think the follow through has to occur, or else it really is not going to make sense. Yeah, it's really not going to make sense until we have the follow through. So now we just have to animate it. The truth of the matter is we have to just continue the animation now. It's been so long, the onion skin doesn't even remember where Andre was. You know what? I think I have to move all of this forward one frame because you don't actually get to see the attack. I think that's part of that problem. Yeah, we were covering up the frame of the actual attack, and we don't want to do that. Okay, that helps a lot. What if we double frame right here? Okay, I don't think the double frame is needed right there. This is, again, it's like we're sculpting here. We're taking away pieces that don't look like they work and moving it back. And now we're going to bring Andre back into the fold. And I'm going to have the hammer like bouncing off and he's going to be catching it. Yeah. I think adding Andre back into the and not switching off of him helped there. That's not his color, by the way. There we go. Can zoom out a little bit. Get back to this. Get our pressure sensitivity off. I promise I have an idea. Right now he's catching the weight of the hammer as it comes back down on him. Because again, the finger is like the strongest thing in the world in this universe. You know what's funny? Is in the world of creating shorts, canonically, the finger is like a god creature. It is the thing that's deciding your fate and whether or not your content is going to be viewed. It's actually OP. It's a funny way to think of it. Okay, we're not going to watch this again until I add the smoke in. I think the smoke is what's going to finalize the effect. Because it's about these things is about the follow through that makes it make sense. You can't just have one piece of it. You have to have the whole pie, or else it's gonna taste awful. And the last piece of that pie is the smoke effects. Oops, that's not what I tried to hit. Okay. He is breaking the fourth wall, which is what I like about that idea. Okay, let's go back. See, it even finishes the smoke. We're to try that. So, straight up, wide, thin, wide, thin, wide, thin, wide, thin. Let's grab our gray again before we start taking off too far. Smoke is down here. Okay, so it needs to be above him though. Okay. So what did I say? I said wide first, then thin. General shape first. Wide. Then thin. This is like the largest amount of screen space I've ever taken up in an animation, I swear. I'm hungry. Please get back to more veggies and ice cream. I can't. So since the attack actually goes up in this direction, is why I'm taking out the chunks in this. What? In this area here. I feel like adding these little chunks has a little bit of a. The added detail makes it look nice. Okay, so wide, then thin, and then I think yeah, outer edge and the opposite. I'm making up words. Okay, outer edge, then the opposite. Okay. No, let's do 15. Okay, here's the thing. You said he does it so casually. I had the pleasure of watching him do these things in real time. And it is not as casual as you might think. As much as I'm struggling, I watched him struggle. And I don't know if struggle is the right word, but I watched him go through the same process of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Does this look right? No, it doesn't look right. Adjusting, erasing, adjusting, erasing. So his result makes it look like he does it so casually, and he is a master. But I also got to witness him in the process of making it look effortless. Ironically, it takes so much effort to make it appear effortless. What if I do... I'm combining some ideas here. Okay, here we go. No way. I think we did it. I think we did it. Hold on, I think we did it. Hold on, I think we did it. We did it. What? Whoa. No way. It worked. How do I view just the stage? It's like view a window. I want to view just the stage. I want to play it back. Hold on. Hold on. Preview mode. No. Magnification. Fit. Clip the stage. We did it. Wait, is it? Okay, that double trip frame is supposed to be there. No way. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I can even... So, like... This is only my first one of these ever, so we can improve these as we get better, too. I think, traditionally, as I try something new, the first time I try it, I'm pleasantly surprised with the results if it works out. But then I find later that I find ways to improve it. So, because that was our first... You watch it here. I promise. This is my first take. Love the mix of old style stick figures and content creation. Hoping this reaches new eyes. I hope so, too. And now I'm going to polish up some of these things. Like, I like these. But I think since now the rest are kind of blurred, it would benefit from blurring these a little bit as well. Because it kind of matches what we had on the other things. Just blurring the x-axis. Can we see this? Yeah, let's pull that in a little bit more. I feel like it's a little too transparent. Well, then again, we have onion skin on, so we're... Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I'm selecting that. Wait, is something hiding? What happened to... Bro, what happened to this symbol? What? My smear is deleted. That's so sad. This... Oh, you know what? It's not... You know, I'm stupid. I'm being so stupid. I'm being so stupid. It's because of how I have the magnification. It's only it's clipping the stage. I'm stupid. Yeah. And you know, I think I can improve. This can come down a little closer, I think. because that's where the finger is. That's so fun. Oh, this effect needed to slide over also. And honestly, I could still improve Andre's movement here too. Yeah, I'm gonna redo his hammer movement, but I really wanted to see the follow through on this. I think I got too excited. Oops. Hello? Yeah, I got too excited. What if I just left that? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna leave the hammer in position. And I'm going to move Andre for it. I think I use these kinds of impact frames. I used to think they're so complicated, but watching you do it has inspired your attempt, I guess. Wait, this background music was a song for an upcoming animation of mine? Really? No way. Okay, let's see if I can do a more dynamic pose here for this. Trying to think about how I want to do this. I think I'm gonna leave the hammer there. Yeah, I'm gonna see what it feels like just leaving the hammer in position. Like holding the strike, essentially. Just see what it feels like. No, I never bend the handle. I need a resource of the jungle music that's royalty free or something, because otherwise I'll just make my own dumb music and hope it works enough for people. I like your music. I think you should make your own. I think you, well, I shouldn't say I think you should. I think you could. In that, I think it would work out for you. Guys, the entire stream has just been this one swing. We've moved forward one swing. And I'm not even fully happy with it yet. I don't know how to feel about that. Good luck with your food. Okay. I think it's really hard hitting an object that has 0 movement. I don't think Andre's ever hit something that has like 0 play whatsoever. Like the finger is indestructible in this scenario. So it doesn't move at all. Yeah, you have to bounce off the immovable object. Oh, we still need to work on the smears for all of these, which I didn't do yet. We can do that now. Oops. Sometimes when it's just a little movement like this, I'll just start the smear here. And we're gonna blur it. Y-axis. Short idea for the future. Have the audience... Donnie, look at this. Look at the green. Look at the green. Fight back! Shake phone in 3, 2, 1. Shake! Like mines. Combo. Power up. Fight back! Shake phone in 3, 2, 1. Shake! Like mines, Donnie. I cannot believe that works, dude. Now my problem is I'm gonna make every hit be a crazy, over-dramatic impact frame, dude. How am I supposed to stop doing it now? How am I supposed to stop doing it now? You expect me to be a normal person after this? I'm gonna be an yeah, how am I supposed to be a normal guy after this? I'm adding a little more dynamic. Ugh. Okay, back to what we're doing. I can't wait until I, like, actually get good at them. Like, it's pretty cool, and I'm really happy with the result. But I can only imagine, I can only hope that I do improve as time goes on. And I can't wait to see what the improved version looks like. I'm not greedy. I'm glad it worked. I'm really, really happy it worked. But I'm excited to see what I could become. You know what I mean? That's like my smears. My smears are far from perfect, but they've come a long way since my first take, my first attempt. I appreciate you guys joining me with that, because that's a lot of fun. We gotta share the wins with each other, because who else are we gonna be able to share them with? You know what I mean? Even if you have supportive people in your life, it's hard for them to connect with your struggles and what you're going through on animation. And it's not any fault of their own. How can they? You know, they literally can't relate on almost any level when it comes to this kind of stuff. At least the people I know can't. So, being able to share with each other is important in this space, because only we can kind of share this in a way that you can understand intimately the victories and suffering you go through when creating something like this. And that's not downgrading anyone's family members, friends, significant others, but I'm sure you can sympathize and agree with me that there's just some things, no matter how much they're going to try and sympathize with you on, they're not going to be able to quite fully understand your pains and struggles, much like other animators might. And I think our successes are incredibly important to share, but I think our struggles are just as valuable to share, if not more valuable, but we see them so much less. But I think there's a lot of value in knowing that someone you're watching or trying to learn from also, it didn't just come to them. It didn't just work out, you know? There's some kind of reprieve in knowing that they had to struggle at least a little bit in any way to get the results that they're seeing. Because I feel like, at least me personally, if I feel like someone very naturally just slid into doing something, it's like, oh man, like, well, it didn't work out that way for me, so I guess I'm just cooked. And I'm gonna give up now. Because I'm not having a good time, and it's not looking good. But the reality is most of those people, if not all of them, suffered just as much as you did. They just kept going. They just said, I don't care. Whatever. Whatever. I'll figure it out eventually, I guess. To know, we have to remember, that's not us. We need to know what we can do exactly. You know what? And I can go through and add another layer to this too. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a layer of smoke that goes across the screen. I'll make it a little bit darker. Yeah. So it looks like there's smoke traveling like to the right past when the swing happened, you know? Because the swing was up like an uppercut, so part of that path is traveling like this way. I got a piece of the album art just by doing what Stone is doing. I don't know what I most struggle with, but a big one is stroke consistency. Oh, that's a different one. Kai-chan, thank you, buddy. Yeah, we went through a bit of a process on stream just a minute ago. Oh. Oh. Guess I only get to choose one. That's fine. I can just like lean it like this too. That'll probably help. I think this will add a nice dynamic. You guys see what I'm going for here? Okay, you know what we do? Is we totally fry the blur on this. Just crank it x-axis. Yeah. The stream has inspired me to get my album posted. Let's go. Oops, that's not what I want. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell without it clipping the stage like we need it to. Here, view magnification clip stage. Yeah, I like that. What happens if I get rid of this frame? Okay, that's what it feels like when I get rid of it. What happens when I put it back but double frame it? I kind of like that. Oh my god, I like the entire day today was just this swing, by the way. It's officially just this swing. Okay, what was I doing? Is this... No. This... I wanted to grab the stage camera. So if I can see if I can add the screen shake to it, if that matters. Let's see what it feels like when I add screen shake to these hits. Just simple little screen shakes. 1, 2, 3. I think the screen shake needs to happen when we see Andre again, because if we do it too early, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, that went up, so let's do that and then back down. Let's see what that looks like. I don't think I did a screen shake on the first hit. I didn't. I'll put a screen shake there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, maybe it does actually impact it, because we actually do see the hit. I think that's part of it. Is yeah, we do actually see the hit. It just won't react until it gets down over here, I guess. That's okay. Okay. Boop. Boop. All right, here we go. That's cool. With sound effects, get out of here. Boom. 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 That's cool. Dude, if I'm 10 years old and I'm swiping on my phone and this shows up, I'm gonna lose my mind. I might actually make it go down instead of up, because I want to show, yeah, I wanted to show the more of the effect we made. instead of less. That's sick, though. I actually thought about that. I think there is some effects you can make about making the phone buzz. I had someone do that with an emoji somehow. They were like, just hold your... there was a video I saw, and it's like, just hold your fingers here. And then it vibrated my phone, and it put like an emoji up. So I don't know how they did it, but I want to know if that's a doable thing. Can you make the phone vibrate TikTok video? No. Damn. What if someone interacted themselves? I thought about that. People doing an interaction. I thought about making these more interactive in the future, where you actually react like you're being hit, and I'll make like little Just Dance motions on there. Double tap here, and then some onion juice fills the screen. I'm so tired. How many frames are we in? 150? But I just spent like 3 business days doing this part right here. No, I started right here. I did from 125 to 155, so I've done like 30 frames. What if we do a little bit of tweening here? I don't think this will work. Let's try that. I'm thinking. Experimenting. You should make a bot announce when you're live on your Discord server. I should do that. I have honestly done nothing to Stone Mountain. Like, I created it one day, like, forever ago. And I spent like 2 seconds setting it up, and that was it. Because it was never really meant to be much of anything, or didn't know what I was ever going to do with it. But eventually, I'll get it polished, you know? That's kind of sick. I guess when he comes back, I need to, like, wiggle it more. But not so dramatically. That's, like, crazy. It's, like, too much. That's kind of crazy. With sound effects, this will go so hard. Oh, you know what else I want to add? Okay, this is another JH-inspired thing. I'm going to have to find it. I know what I'm looking for. I don't know where it is, though. It's something with a gun. No. No. Oh my god, I don't have premium on this. You know what? I don't even need to look. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm trying to do. If it's a white background, do I do a black effect or yellow still? Watch. I have an idea. I want to do a hit effect. Like an impact effect. Watch. Come with me on this journey. I have an idea. Filter. Glow? Yes. We're freestyling a little bit here. And then do we blur this? I don't think I blur this. Oh no, I know what I do. I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Why does it keep doing that? Let me... I shouldn't have to select each one. Oh. I would appreciate help with the server work, and when I feel like it's like time, I definitely will. Okay, I guess I should have probably done the hit effect somewhere where I can actually see it, because then... You see what I'm trying to do here? Does this make sense? Okay, I'm gonna save the effect I have on not this one, but this one. Save it as what is it? Impact hit. And then I'm gonna apply that to this one. And then what did I do? Yeah, what did I do for this? This is just screen. Stop it. Get help. What is your problem? Who hurt you? No, this isn't what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make an impact hit frame. Like, I know what it looks like in my brain. You know what I mean? We just need to get Team Brain on Team Do, and then we're good. Hyperphantasia? What is that? I wonder if I take that and then just we do that and then alpha that down. That? Ooh, alpha it down and then blur it maybe? Wait, I don't need to do that again. I just blur it from here. Blur? Oh, perfectly picture things in your mind? I wouldn't say I would have hyperaphantasia. But I more so see things in my head than... Like, I can't reference things very well. I don't get as much benefit from referencing as others. I think this next part actually doesn't make it as big. Oh, I can't actually do that. Let me see if I try this in a different spot, in a different way. Yeah. Because I think you have it backwards. Copy frames. Paste the frames. Wait, I can just rotate everything, can't I? Yeah. What? What? Okay. Okay, now that we have somewhat of crazy wild impact frames unlocked, this next part might get crazy because I'm actually gonna swing quickly, like in quick succession. So I'm curious now, with that in mind, if these next hits can go like crazy. Like big fast combos, it's just literally a non-stop spree of the impact frames we're experiencing here. Oh, Lunsar won't believe I did this. For sure. Look at that. That's wild, right? We experimented today. It's giving JH, he says. Oh. Dude, I even know the name of it now and it's hard to find. Hold on. Super Hot Fire. Where is it at? There it is. You definitely could do it. Working on writing different species that will appear in my series. That sounds fun. This is a weird position to try to get out of. But I know what I'm trying to do. Yeah, what's up, baby? Look, dude. What's up, baby? You're animating? I like that. Hey, I like that. We're animating. Oh, beach day? Nice. Wait, what is the hammer doing here? Shrinking down, coming back up. Oops. Oh my god, I'm in that one! Wait, I'm in that one. Aren't I? I think I am. Okay, I don't know about this part. I think I might have used all my creative juices for today. Something feels off. It's okay. We're gonna follow through and just... We're gonna follow through. Okay, we're gonna follow through for now. Something feels a tad bit off about this. But we're gonna trust the process for a minute. I might be getting lazy because my brain's a little bit fried. No, that's actually fine. Yeah, he's gonna jump.
Dark wave.
Go for it. You can link it. It's fine.
Sit down. Dark wave. Break it down. Dark wave.
Okay, this is gonna get a little tricky, I think. This might not work, but we're gonna try it. Bear with me here, this is sketchy.
Dark wave.
Like, sketchy at best. This might be a complete wipe. We'll see.
Break it down. Dark wave. Break it down.
Okay. Yeah.
Dark wave.
Yeah, no, I hate that. Have I seen the bar fight joint trailer? Yes, I have. It is... I'm technically in bar fight, Paul. I say that because I haven't made a part, and I've been in it for years, technically. But so I've seen a majority of it, but I haven't been a good joiner of collab. Mostly because I joined it way before I think I was ready to join anything at all, and I've since not really still been prepared to join anything like that. I have an idea in my head, but I don't think it's gonna come out right. We're gonna try it anyways. We're YOLOing this one, guys. It's okay, trust the process. Bear with me. Pending. 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 We're experimenting here a little bit. Bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. I promise. There's something in my head. Maybe. Well, sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, you know? I'm just going for it more than anything. I might be able to salvage this with some smoke to help sell the movement. Like I think this will read, I think, in the end. close, but it's not it. It's kind of a specific position. I'm getting him into an attack pose really quickly. Cuz he's going into like almost like a fevered combo mode type thing. You could say. But this is not something that I'm usually good at. So we're pushing it a little bit here. But that's okay. It's good to experiment. I'm kind of at the end of my creative rope here today. Like my I've lost a lot of steam. I think the brain power of the impact frames took a lot out of me. As dumb as that sounds, I genuinely think that's part of my reality right now. Just joined the server, right on. I'm gonna try something wild here. Right before the swing goes in, I'm gonna try a exaggerated frame. In the opposite direction. And then, boom, right after that, hit. Bang! That's actually a really crazy pose difference.
Virus.
No, it doesn't work in this situation. I'm gonna try it somewhere else. I know what I'm trying to do there, but it doesn't work in this situation. What if he hits? What's up, guys? Twan. Inigo? What's up, buddy? Because this is almost going to send me upwards. This hit sends me up. Yeah, I think the smear on that is going to go pretty crazy. Yeah, he's going to get airborne here for sure. This is so not normal positioning for me for so many reasons. But we're rolling with it. We're trying it. Okay, this smear has to carry like crazy, or else this is not. This is a day of trying a bunch of new things. Let's just put it that way. This is a day of trying a bunch of new wacky things, and with that, results can and will vary. Which is a good thing. Right? Right. What? Seriously? None of that connects? Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I see it. Really? Why did it... I don't agree with its choices on that smoothing. That's better. This is for his arm. Because his arm did like the wackiest movement to get into that position. This is... Nothing's comfortable about what I'm animating right here. This is not my comfort zone at all. But it's like the end of my day, and I'm willing to just like completely go balls to the wall after the heightened success of the impact frame attempt. No, maybe I don't even need that much of a blur on that. It's so weird hitting an object that does not have any play in it at all. It's a hammer jump, yeah. Yo. I wonder if I can pull this off. Hear me out. This makes no sense with just that much animated, but I think this will make sense. Here we go. Going for broke. This is wild. This is so weird. What's up, Donnie? I'm trying something super wacky. This is so awkward. Immovable object hit is so weird. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep any of this. We're playing around. I'm trying to get the hammer to move quickly here. In air. And it may or may not work. We'll see. Do you always draw something out of camera? What do you mean? The camera isn't this. The camera isn't the white box. It appears that it is, but it's not. It won't be. I know that's a little confusing, but... Okay, he's rotating the hammer quickly here. Oh yeah, that probably won't work as a double frame. Maybe it will. We might ruin the double there. We'll see. Just managed to make the money I needed from someone completely different, so now I'm exhausted. Well, congrats.
Can you feel that?
Such a strange way to end up. Squashed head smear frames. It helps. It helps. It makes it feel a little faster. Later, dope.
Can you feel that?
This might not work. This one's might be too wild. But today was about doing weird stuff, so it's okay. Okay. I think this works with my impact frames and changing pose after hit dramatically. Like, we'll see. It works, but where is he going to end up? He's going to combo a few times in air. So that's why it's awkward right now. It's because, like, we're catching it in the middle of just the effect and not any of the follow through. This is a lot of like really fast paced attacks. That I think are going to have heavy impact frames on them. Yeah, it's a barrage of attacks. So like in a vacuum, it doesn't really work. You know what I mean? And it's also going to take a lot of effects to make this make sense. What I'm seeing in my head, at least. But I'm kind of rolling with the punches of not really knowing what I'm doing today. Since some of it worked out, I'm just snapping the knob off and just going for it. Saying, who cares? Let's try a bunch of new stuff. The arms came with him. No, just the head. That's okay, Flash. I didn't want that brushstroke anyways. Hammer's too far down. Oh, actually, that whole situation is off. Stone, if you tell them to double tap his head to knock him out, you get free likes generator. Look at, actually at the end, have him look at, watch. He charges it up. Oh, dude, I could say double tap to charge the hammer, like right there. And then to fight back, you shake your phone. Shake, boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, dude, genius. Double tap for electricity. Likes generator. Everybody loves non-consensual engagement. Wait. You didn't hear that. I love forced likes. Everyone likes. You must like this. Later, Rage. You make some money today. Tomorrow I'll do it again. I have enough to move, and then I'm sleeping for the day. Let's go. Okay, huge movement here. Huge movement. Boom. I don't know, man. I legit might delete everything from here on. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the hits faster now. Well, it's really awkward without all the effects, too. I think that's what's hurting me. Yeah, this frame can go. I don't know, man. I might have flown too close to the sun today. I really like this part. It might just need effects polish to make everything a little more seamless. Because there's so much suggested movement here that I think not having the effects in to get the suggested movement to work is what's killing it. What's up, Stroke?
Rave.
Yes, I do. I'm almost done. I'm wrapping it. Okay, this is the last stitch effort here. I'm gonna see if I don't think I'm gonna delete anything today. I think I'm gonna give it another chance tomorrow before I axe this section. There is a good chance we delete this section. I'm not gonna lie, but I actually made 2 different Andres versus Alphas and didn't keep any of them.
Rave.
They do exist, but I do not like them. I have a couple different Alpha versus Andres created, but I didn't like any of them, so I never published them. I mean, toma, toma. I mean, this could be sick. This might be cool. Do you guys see the vision? I feel like with every step here it's getting closer. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna work. He's gonna hit fast a few times. That's what's happening right now. But the issue is it's hard to trust the process because I'm really, really pushing it here with what I'm usually capable of. And a lot of this relies on the fact that in the end, this will make sense with everything coming together with it and not just the movement. Like, it's not relying... It's relying... A lot of the movement is suggested through the effects. And without the effects, it's like, oh, you really have to trust the vision. Because getting there is the challenge. Okay, this is the last take at this before I absolutely have to go, because I absolutely do. I've overstayed today to try and get this done. At least see it through. Yeah, today's a longer one. Made very limited progress. But hopefully worth. Can you help me about how or when to use smears? Use smears when you're traveling a lot of space. When you need to combine frames together. See, I think if I recover from this swing... If I recover from this swing into... See, what if I, like... Big impact... Big impact... Big impact. What does that look like? Okay, last attempt, and I have to go. I did say that 4 attempts ago. I know. I'm naughty. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. Okay. Camera time. I might erase everything I did past our impact frame. Count on it. I don't know. I don't know. You guys can't even see the part that matters. The stage is so long and my screen is so square. I'm gonna have to like cover this part so we can actually see the top part up here. I don't know, dude. I don't know how I feel. I think it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to let it gestate. I don't know how I feel about it. It's not awful. It's so in between that I can't decide. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the impact frame that we did today. This is cool. But everything else, I think I'm going to delete everything else. But the impact frame is carrying, so I'm happy with that. Oh, this is kind of miserable. Yeah. But anyways, guys. Yeah, I'm going to double it, give it to the next person. We're going to give it a fresh look tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching today. And try something new today. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out. I did it. I think we're shooting 50% today, and I'll take that. Something new. One of it I think worked out good. The other one maybe not so good, but that's okay. I put a new tool in my toolbox, and I urge you to try to do the same. All right? All right, friends. I will see you later. Okay? Okay. Bye-bye now. Bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye-bye.